What if Deku had the Omnitrix power? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Nothing But Anime. We're continuing our What If Deku Had the Omnitrix's Power series with part 6. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest videos. Let's get started. Izuku was under a set of stairs in UA with a girl with pink skin and horns on her head as she looks into his eyes with her eyes. He was confused, shocked and scared when she asked a question that most people didn't know. I asked, "Where did you get the watch?" Mina asked, while staring into Izuku's soul. I don't know what why you're talking about. Izuku said, really not knowing what she was talking about but was feeling shy and nervous due to her staring at him and being pinned by her arms. The watch? I'm talking about the watch, Mina said in a serious tone as Izuku went paled. What? How does she know about the watch? Was she there that night that the watch fell from the sky and saw me there? Izuku thought for the possibilities as to how this girl he'd just met know the watch. From how you're reacting and the fact you haven't answered my question yet. You don't know what's on your wrist, do you? Mina asked. I don't know what you were talking about, Izuku said about as Mina's size. She looked around and saw no one was around. Okay. Look, I'm gonna tell you some things that a human should never hear. And I need you to swear to me that you'll never tell a soul, Mina said as she again looks into Izuku's eyes. WWWL? I don't swear, Mina glowered out as she cut Izuku off. Okay, Izuku squealed out. Good. Now sit, Mina commended as the two sat down to the ground and faced each other. And to start things off, I'm Mina Mintoka Ashido and I'm an alien, Mina said. Izuku was looking at her with an expression that said, confused, stunned and, what? Izuku asked. I said I'm an alien. Well, technically I'm half alien and half human. I'm an alien hybrid, Mina said. Wait, what? Aliens, hybrids. I'm sorry, but what? Izuku said, more confused by what she was saying. I guess I should start in the beginning, huh? Have you ever looked up into the stars at night and ever thought if there were any living life form out there? Mina asked as she looked to the sky as it was turning orange. Why, yeah. Every night, Izuku answered while looking to the sky. He's always wondered if there was anyone out there. Well, there are. What? Izuku turned to Mina to face her. There are millions of different species on their own planet, living together in harmony, Mina said with a smile. There are? Izuku asked. Yup, each species is unique in its own way and I'm from two. Yours and my daddy's, Mina said. Your dad? Wait, your dad's an alien? Izuku asked. Yup, he's Earth. You see, my mom is human while my daddy is a Kraho, an alien that can stretch their limbs at great lengths. My mom met my dad and the two got together. My mom's quirk is acidic blood, which means that my mom's blood is acidic while my daddy is quirkless since he's an alien. When I was born, my mom's quirk and my dad's alien biology mixed and massed together and gave me this, Mina said as she shoots a steam of acid from her fingers and land on the floor. Wow, but why did you get the acidic part from your mom and why not your dad's abilities? Izuku asked. I don't know. I did get his pink skin, the horns came from him, but on my dad, it's his eyebrows. His eyebrows? Yeah, his horns are his eyebrows and that's it. I got my quirk from my mom and her eyes and fluffy hair, Mina said as Izuku nodded. His new classmate was an alien, well, half one anyway. So, how do you know of this? Izuku asked as he lifts the watch, or now known as the Omnitrix, as Mina giggled. Who doesn't? I mean, it's the most powerful piece of technology in the known 7 universes, Mina said as Izuku's eyes went widen. Most powerful 7 universes? Izuku was in shock. He had the most powerful device on his wrist and it was known in 7 different universes. He started to sweat. He knew that the watch was powerful from what Power Loader told him, but he didn't think that the watch was this powerful. I can't let this thing get broke or I'm screwed, Izuku mentally shouted. Mina noticed Izuku's state. Hey, you okay? Mina asked while waving her hand over Izuku's face. Izuku blinked a few times and noticed Mina, who was close to him. Ahaha, I'm fine, Izuku said while blushing and looking away. Anyway, how famous is this WWW watch? Izuku asked while stuttering. Mina looked at him a bit before she remembered what they were talking about. Oh right, anyway, the Omnitrix is a piece of technology that gives the user that ability to transform into different alien forms, Mina said as Izuku looked down to the Omnitrix in awe. Really? Izuku asked. Yup, although I don't know how many species are in there. How many do you know, Midoriya? Mina asked. I thought I know. The last time I checked was 10, but after today, I don't know, Izuku said with Mina raising an eyebrow. Really, you don't know? Mina said. Yeah, after I transformed into that big dinosaur-looking alien, I didn't know I had him. I think I got many that I know now, Izuku said as he remembered something that happened the day of the entrance exam. Function reboot, translator resorted. Playlist 1 resorted. Playlist 2 added. Playlist 3 added. Scan and catch function resorted. Recognizing DNA sample as one of all, new feature added. One of all added. Did OFA do something that caused me into getting that guy? How many new guys do I have now? Izuku thought while looking at the watch again, and he saw green lighting jump from it to him, but he felt warmth from it instead of pain. So, I have a piece of an alien technology on my wrist. Yup, and it's well known, Izuku said. Yeah, but I only heard for it from my dad when I overheard him talking to someone. I thought it was a myth until I saw you transform. Last time I heard, it was destroyed by the creator of it, Mina said. Destroyed by its creator. Who is the creator of the Omnitrix? Izuku asked. I don't know. All I know is that that watch is a curse. It brings trouble wherever it goes, and I won't be the one having it, Mina said. A curse? Izuku said while grabbing his wrist. Yup. Anyone who knows of the Omnitrix's true capabilities would try to take it from you and use it for themselves, Mina said as Izuku looked down to the floor and started to shake. Just as the world started to be nice to him, he finds out that something on him is a curse and it'll bring trouble to him. Mina noticed the shaking and she got a bit worried from it. Maybe I put too much info onto him. Maybe I should calm him down, Mina thought as she leans towards Izuku and puts her hand on his shoulder. Izuku jolted when he felt a hand touching his shoulder. He looked up and saw Mina looking him with concern on her face. Midoriya, you okay? Mina asked, but Izuku just didn't say nothing but looked down. Mina felt really bad. All she wanted to know as to how did Izuku get the Omnitrix. She knew that she needed to make him feel better. She started to think on how to cheer Izuku up. A light bulb appeared over her head. She had an idea. She looked at Izuku. But you know, Mina started as Izuku looked at her. I think you have a fighting chance, Mina said as Izuku looked at her, confused. What? Izuku said. I mean that you have a fighting chance in case something or someone comes after you for the watch. You have a quirk and I think it can work with your forms when you use it in battle so you can fight better. Now from what I saw, your quirk is powerful if it makes your aliens stronger and in different forms, Mina said. She watched as Izuku slowly looked up at her and she smiled, happy that her idea worked. Really? Izuku asked. Yeah, what even your quirk it is. It's the game changer you need, Mina said with a smile. Izuku looked at her and saw no deception in her tone and expression. /N. Over the years for being quirkless, Izuku picked up on reading people and seeing if they're lying of not. His mom is the only he doesn't read on since he trusts her, but it wouldn't have mattered even if he read her since, thanks to the plumber training, she's unreadable. Izuku let a small genuine smile as the words Mina said touched him. Thanks. I needed that, Izuku said. No problem. It's my fault of putting pressure on you, Mina said while rubbing her head. No, thank you for telling me what the watch. No Omnitrix really is. Now I know the danger that it has. That gives me all the reason to hurry up and learn both the watch's secrets and my quirk faster, Izuku said while clutching his fist in determination. Mina watched Izuku's determination and was feeling inspired by it. Then I'll help you, Mina said, catching Izuku's attention. Ha! I said, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll tell you the abilities, weaknesses, and true capabilities, Mina said. Really? Izuku asked. Yup, it's the least I can do. But I'll do it on one condition, Mina said. And that it? Izuku asked. You teach me how to be more human, Mina said. What? Izuku asked, stunned. I want you to teach me how to act more human, Mina said. Why's that? Izuku asked. I never got to experience what it's like to be normal, Mina as Izuku looked at her in silence. My dad would only let me study the different things on aliens just in case I ever run into one, but the lessons caused me to not have much friends. It didn't help me much since people made fun of me for my skin and eyes, Mina said with a frown on her face. The only basic human experiences I know and learned were from my mom and from TV and the internet. Other than that, I'm clueless as to what humans normally do, Mina said. What about your old school? Didn't you get anything from there? Izuku asked as Mina scoffed. My old school? More like my hell. I was bullied there for my exotic features and other things. I even got this from one bully, Mina said as she pulls up an P.E shirt and revealed her toned stomach. Izuku blushed at the sight of her abs as they were highlighted from her skin, but Izuku noticed a small darker shade of pink right above her waistline. His eyes went wide from it. He knew what it was. Is that? Izuku asked, but Mina nodded slowly. A scar. Some jerk from my old school burned me with their quirk since I looked prettier than his sister, Mina said while she's like me. Different from what I experienced, but the same. She was bullied for being too different, Izuku thought as he subconsciously went to her and hugged her. Mina was shocked by this, but before she could say anything, Izuku spoke. I know your pain. I was quirkless for most of my life until the watch came into my life. Before then, people would look down on me, bully me, use me as a punching bag and make me do things against my will. I was empty inside for most of my life and I just let it happen to me since I couldn't do anything about. But thanks to this watch, I have a chance to be a hero and it somehow unlocked my quirk for me. I know how you feel and if you feel empty inside, I'm here to help and listen. Besides, I'll help you not be human. I'll help you be you, Izuku said as Mina was shocked by this. She honestly thought that Izuku won't help her but to go the length of helping her. Accept herself, so something she never thought about. Mina started to tear up and returned the hug and the two just sat there for a while. Izuku regained his senses and realized that he was hugging a girl. He broke the hug and started to panic. Aha! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hug you, no, I mean that While Izuku was trying to explain, Mina looked at him and started to giggle before she started laughing. Izuku stopped his breakdown when he heard Mina's laughing. What's so funny? Izuku asked in confusion. Ha ha ha, sorry, it's just 1 minute you're all serious and gently and the next, you're shy and nervous. You're not bipolar, are you? Mina asked as Izuku went red and puffed his cheeks. I'm not bipolar. I'm just shy, that's all. Izuku said, resembling a tomato. Mina took notice to Izuku's face and a line of dark pink lit from her cheeks. CC cute? Relax, Midori. I'm just teasing you, Mina said as Izuku went pale. Oh no, first Momo and now Mina. Oh, take me now, please. Hey, I finally get that joke, Izuku thought before realizing something. Midori? Izuku asked, confused by the name. Oh right, your name is kind of a mouthful of me, so I made it short and in your nickname. Do you like it? Mina asked. Izuku looked at her and thought about it. All his life, he's been knew by one name and it was horrible. He thought that name would haunt him for life, but here, one girl he just met had a new nickname for him and it was cute. He looks at her and smiles. I like it, Izuku said as Mina stood up and smiled. I knew you would like it. Come on, let's go get fixed, Mina said as she grabbed Izuku's arm again, and the two resumed their trip to the nurse's office. And Midori, Mina said, catching Izuku's attention. Yeah, thanks. For what? Izuku asked. For accepting me, Mina said. No problem. That's what friends are of, Izuku said while Mina looked at him. Yeah. Friends, Mina said. The two continued their walk together, never noticing the Omnitrix glowing yellow. Time skip. 5 hours later. Time. 15:45 p.m. Izuku and Mina were walking out of UA as their day was finished. So tired, Izuku said, tiredly and walking slowly while his shoulders waving in the air as he walked. Oh, it's okay, Midori. What's important is that you're better now, Mina said as she pats the boy's back as she walks with him. Yeah, I guess, Izuku said. He stopped when a hand grabbed his shoulder. The two turn and see Ida behind them. Oh, hey Ida, Izuku said. How's the broken hand doing? Ida asked with concern. Oh, it's okay now. Thanks to Recovery Girl's healing, Izuku said as he shows Ida his bandage-wrapped hand. Flashback. Recovery Girl's office. Ah! You could hear Izuku's screams as Recovery Girl healed him. Mina was with him in the office, waiting for her turn while sitting on a chair and had her shoes off for they can heal better. Cringed when she saw how Recovery Girl kissed his hand. Thanks. That feels so much better, Izuku said while flexing his hand to feel not pain but he started to feel something. Oh man. Why do I feel tired? Izuku asked as his eyes were half opened. Oh well, that's expected. My quirk acculturates your body's healing time tenfold. But it taxes your stamina. Sorry, but it's not my fault. That's how the body works, Recovery Girl said as she takes on a candy and hands it to Izuku while she goes to Mina. If you get too many injuries, big or small, then your stamina will get shot and you'll die instead of healing, Recovery Girl said, shocking Izuku and Mina with the news. Wait, so this could kill me? Izuku shouted in shock. Yup, Recovery Girl said before she puckered her lips and kissed Mina. Kaira, causing her to scream as well. End flashback. Izuku was looking at his bandaged hand as he walked. I can't keep on relying on others to help me. I need to hurry and control and make my powers work together, Izuku thought. I was a bit concerned on Mr. Aizawa's approach to the class. But I trust A's judgment. It is the top hero program in the world. But lying, it's just immoral, Ida said. Yeah, the guy is scary. I hope he doesn't do anything like that to us during the year, Mina said as she was afraid on what power Aizawa had over them. I thought that he was scary. But that's not it, he's just takes school to a whole different level, Izuku thought with a smile. Hey! The three stop and turn to see Uraraka and Momo running to them. Are you guys going to the station too? Let us come with you guys, Uraraka shouted as the two girls reached them. Oh, you the Infinity Girl, Ida said, remaining everyone about Uraraka's insane score in the test earlier. Yup. I'm Achiko Uraraka, Uraraka introducing herself to them. And I'm Momo Yaoruza, Momo introducing herself to Ida and Mina. I see you placed second in the test. Well done, Ida said, congratulating Momo for her position. Thank you for that. You placed fifth in it as well. Your quirk must be powerful, Momo said. Why thank you for the compliment, Ida said in a robot fashion. Yeah, you guys are strong. Now let's see. Your Tenya Ida, Uraraka said, while pointing to Ida. Mina Ashido, she said with Mina giving the peace sign. Momo Yaoyorozu. But we knew that since you said it, Uraraka said with Momo nodding. And you're Deku Midoriya, right? Uraraka asked in an innocent tone. Deku? Izuku shouted. Isn't that your name? I heard that Bakugo call you that in the assessment test. Uraraka said, remembering the way Bakugo said it in a Bakugo tone. Actually, you're wrong. His real name is Izuku Midoriya. I don't think that name is used nicely since we saw and heard how Bakugo called Izuku during the pitch test. Momo said, correcting Uraraka's mistake. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. But you know, from where I'm from, Deku means, you can do it. I bet it'd make a great hero name, plus it's kind of cute. Uraraka said as Izuku blushed and turned away. TT, thank you very much, Izuku said while hiding his face. Momo was watching Bit and loved the face that Izuku was making, but something that Uraraka said made her feel something weird. Cute? Why do I feel sick when I see Izuku make that face to another girl? Momo thought. Excuse me. Momo turned and saw Ida looking at her. You said Midoriya's first name. I take it you two know each other, Ida said. Yes, we met a few months back at the beach. I saw him training there and I sort of fell, but he caught me and we started talking to each other. From there, we've become good friends, Momo said. I see, Ida said while nodding. The group for classmates/friends were leaving the campus and heading to the train station. I made through the first day, even with a pass. I never thought that I'd be here. I am, and I'm making more friends. That's gotta be something. Right, All Might? Izuku thought. Unknown to him, Nizu, All Might and Aizawa were watching him from Nizu's office as he was leaving. So you now know what due to Shota? Nizu asked the undercover hero as he nodded. Yeah. Keep a close eye on those two and make out what history they have with each other, Aizawa said as he was looking at pictures of Katsuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya. Homeroom 1A, UA High School, Mizudafu, Japan. The next day. Time, 8:30. Today, we'll have 21 students in the hero course this year, Aizawa said as he stood in front of his class. A new student is coming. The class shouted together, stunned that they were getting a new classmate. Yes, we are, Aizawa said, tiredly. Mr. Aizawa, Ida yelled while raising his hand. Yes, Ida? You said we were getting a new classmate. Where do they come from and what's their quirk? Ida asked, causing Aizawa to sigh. All I know is that they were sent here through a recommendation from America and that they have a relative in this school, Aizawa said as the class started to among themselves. I wonder how strong they are? The red-haired asked. I wonder if they're friendly? Uraraka said. Please let them be a girl, a hot girl. Mineta prayed to whatever god was out there. Alright, quiet it down. You'll see who it is since she's outside right now, Aizawa said. Wait, she's here already? The class, except the obvious ones, shouted. Yes, Aizawa said while walking to the door. Okay, you can come in now, Aizawa said outside, and he went to the podium as the class heard footsteps. They got tense until the door opened and Aizawa walked in? Is anyone seeing this? Sato asked as they saw two Aizawas in the room. *miss. May you please stop using your quirk? Aizawa said as the second Aizawa started to giggle like a girl with a snort. This confused the class as they watched this, but Izuku noticed something with the giggling. Wait, where have I heard that giggle and snort before? Izuku thought. Psyche, the Aizawa said as he starts to dissolve and change into a girl their age. She had long blonde hair in a ponytail with a red hairband. She had blue eyes. She was wearing the U.girl uniform, which was a formal white shirt, red tie, blue-green pleated skirt. She had on white knee shoes instead of the black ones and red shoes on. She had 2 red wristbands on her left wrist. She also had 2 distinct whisker marks on either side of her face. Hi, Lucy, man from Bellwood in the States, Lucy said with a big, bright smile as Izuku's eyes went wide. Cousin Lucy? Izuku shouted while standing up. This startled the class from the outburst as Lucy turns to Izuku and smiles ear to ear. Izzy! Lucy shouted and ran to Izuku and gave him a big hug, which Izuku happily returned. The class was watching them, confused from Izuku's outburst and their new classmate's actions by hugging Izuku. Can someone please tell me what's going on? Kaminari asked. Izuku and Lucy stopped their hug. Oh right, I forgot to continue to introduce myself. Anyway, like I said, I'm Lucy, man from America, and I'm this green bunny's distant cousin-in-law, Lucy said while nudging Izuku's head. What? The class, except the obvious ones, shouted. Time skip. A few hours later, lunchtime, the classes were in the main cafeteria. Izuku, Ida, Uraraka, Momo, Mina, and the new student Lucy were sitting at a table as they ate their lunches. So, how are you two cousins? Uraraka asked the two. Well, we weren't always cousins, Izuku said, which scratching his cheek. What do you mean, Midoriya? Ida asked. Well, when me and my family were visiting Japan on vacation, I met Izzy one day when we were younger and because best friends. We played together, we swam together, and I even protected him from... Lucy stopped speaking when she saw Bakugo walking by them with his food and glared at Izuku, who flinched at it. Man-san, is everything alright? Momo asked, seeing Lucy's demeanor change and her being quite... Huh? Oh sorry. I was just... distracted, Lucy said as she watches Bakugo angrily eat his food. So, you were saying, Uraraka said. Like I said, I protected Izzy from... bullies when we were younger, Lucy said, not once looking at them. Really, Midoriya was bullied? Why is that? Ida asked, surprised by the fact. Let's just say, he was different from most kids, Lucy said. The table fell to an awkward silence after that. So, how'd you become cousins? Mina asked, She saw the look Lucy was giving Bakugo and she decided to ask Izuku on a later date about it. But she wasn't the only one. Oh, while about 5 years ago, one of my relatives married someone and apparently, Izuku is related to that person by blood. So when we found out about it, we were happy since we were now part of a family together, but Lucy said but stopped when she remembered the words Izuku told her he was crying about the marriage. But what man-san? Momo asked, snapping Lucy from her memory. Oh sorry, I was thinking about something. Oh, and just call me Lucy. I don't like formalities, Lucy said. Momo remembered something Izuku said. Thank you but, call me Izuku. I really don't like to be called in a formal way. Wait, Lucy-san. Do you make Izuku not like being called in a formal way? Momo asked. Yup, it was all me. I told him that he can call people in formal ways all he likes, but he doesn't like to be called in a formal way if he wants to be friends with that person, Lucy said. Oh, Momo said, understanding the logic there. They continued to eat lunch, but Lucy could feel someone staring at them and turned to see Bakugo glaring at Izuku with hate in his eyes. Lucy scowled as she remembered the conversation she had with N23 before arriving at Class 1A. Flashback. Nizu's office. Hello, Agent Man. Nizu greeted Lucy, who walked into his office. Hello, N23. It's such an honor to be in the same room as you, Lucy said while bowing. No bowing, Agent Man. You're a plumber. Plumbers don't bow, Nizu said. Oh sorry, Lucy said while rubbing her head. She sat down and looked at Nizu. So, have you been debriefed? Nizu asked. Yes, sir. And you are aware for your mission? Yes. And the danger that comes with it? Yes. Nizu looked at Lucy to see if she was really ready for this. Good. No, you know your main mission. I do have one more task for you, Nizu said as he went to his desk. And that is, sir? Lucy asked, confused. Nizu took out a picture and placed it on the desk in front of Lucy. Do you know this boy? Nizu asked as Lucy looked at the picture and her eyes went wide. Yes. I do. Please tell me he isn't here, Lucy said. I take it you know him well, Nizu said. Yes, I do, Lucy said. And I take it that you know that he could be a problem to this mission if he gets himself involved. From what Aizawa told me, he went and attacked Izuku yesterday after Izuku sustained an injury and the Omnitrix's failsafe protocols kicked in. I'm leading a secret investigation on those two and their records. If he does anything out of the line again, you know what to do, Nizu said as Lucy nodded. Good. Now I think it's time to meet your new classmates and reunite with young Izuku, Nizu said as Lucy got up. Yes, sir, Lucy said as she left the room. Nizu looked at the picture that he showed Lucy and sighed. I'll find out what I need, even if I have to get it out of you, Nizu said as he throws the picture into the trash can. And the picture was of Katsuki Bakugo. End flashback. Time skip. 45 minutes later. After lunch, Izuku and his friends were back in their homeroom as they were waiting for their next lesson. I am here. Izuku immediately recognized that voice/catchphrase and got excited. All Might in his hero form busted into the room coming through the door like a normal person. All Might shouted. The class was excited from the sight of the number 1 hero. I can't believe that it's All Might, Kaminari said with pure excitement. So he is a teacher here. Oh man, this year is going to be awesome. Kirishima with his fist bumping the air. Hey, isn't that his Sliver Age costume? The frog-looking girl. Sue said as they watched All Might walking to the podium in a weird fashion. Wow, that's so retro, a kid with a big tail said. Welcome to the most important class in your course in U.Hi, Hero 101, All Might said as the class looked at him. Here, you will learn the basics of being a pro and learn to fight in the name of good. Let's get into it, All Might said while posing. Today's lesson is combat training. All Might as he pulls out a card with battle on it and shows the class the card. Finally, the real shit, Bakugo said, finally getting what he wanted. Real? Combat, Izuku said nervously. But one of the things of being a pro is looking good. All Might shouted as the wall shot out and suitcases with numbers on them were in the walls. These were made from the Cork registration forms and requests you made before the school year started. The class were excited from the sight of the cases. All Might turned to Lucy. Young man, since you're new here and the fact that your forms were handed in a week ago, your suit will come in later in the semester. But for now, you can wear the gym uniform for the lesson, All Might said with Lucy nodding. Yes, sir. Now then, get yourselves suited up and meet me at Training Ground Beta, All Might said. Yes, sir, the class said as they went to the wall and collected their cases. Izuku smiled at his case because it had the number 10 on it. /N. You see what I did there? Training Ground Beta. Time. 14:35 p.m. Insert music. My Hero Academia OST, Hero A. All Might was standing in the street in front of the exitway as sets of feet echoed out of the tunnel. They say that the clothes make the hero, young ladies and gentlemen. Behold, you are the proof. Take this to heart from now on. You are all heroes in training, All Might said as the class were walking out of the tunnel in their new hero outfits, except Lucy, who was in her PE clothes and her hair tied to a ponytail. This is getting me all revved up. And let's get started, you rookies, All Might said with a grin. Flashback. 3 weeks ago. In Izuku's home, he was sitting in the living room with a bunch of papers and his notebook on the table. The clothing allowance. What am I going to do? I need to go to City Hall so I can get my clothing allowance form there. But there's 2 problems there. The forms in the watch have their own outfits, so I probably don't need to worry too much on my own design, and oich crap, how am I going to get the forms if I'm already registered as quirkless? Oh, Mei Toshi-sensei knows how to do it, Izuku said as he gets his phone and calls All Might. The quirk registration forms. Oh, you can update those, no problem, All Might said through the phone. Wait, it's that easy, Izuku said. Yeah, you know how everyone is examined and registered before they go to elementary school? Well, there's plenty of cases where people thought theirs were more from what they originally thought they were. You allowed to update them once or twice when you understand them better. Normally, they won't let you change them too much, but since you had no powers at all, I guess it'll be fine to update them more. Since that you were quirkless, I suggest I'm home, Inko said as Izuku panicked and hung up the phone. Izuku realizing his mistake. Oh no, I hung up on All Might, Izuku said as his mom walks to him. Hey mom, what's up? Izuku greeted his mom. Oh good, you haven't left yet. I have something of you, Inko said as she goes to her and took out a hoodie that was green with black strips on the sleeves, and a 10 on the right side. Congratulations. I'm so proud that you got into UA, Inko said with a smile. Is that a costume? Izuku asked, surprised by the hoodie. Inko shook her hand. No, this was your father's hoodie, Inko said with Izuku's eyes going wide. This was Dad's hoodie? Yes, he loved this hoodie so much. He wore it all the time while we were dating, and I saw wearing it on the day we met. He said it brought him luck every time he wore time. He was going to give it to you one day as a present, Inko said as, really? Izuku asked. Yes. Izuku, I'm going to be honest. I've been feeling really terrible lately about something I said to you, Inko said with a sad expression on her face. What, why? Izuku asked, turning to her. I think you must have felt that I gave up on you all those years ago. But look at you now. You stood strong and never gave up, and you're now on the road to your dream, Inko said as Izuku smiles at her. I'm sorry, Izuku, but from now on, I'll support you with everything I've got. Izuku took the hoodie from her and looked at it. End flashback. It's a gift from my parents, so of course I'm gonna wear it. But I think I should add a little something to it, Izuku thought. He was running out of the tunnel. It isn't state-of-the-art or flashy, but it meaning something to me, Izuku, as he steps out the tunnel, and his costume was a green striped black shirt with short sleeves and the hoodie over it, but it was unzipped, but the hoodie had a black 10 on the right side, black fingerless gloves, green combat pants with a red utility belt, and his red sneakers and a respirator around his neck. It was metal and diamond-shaped, with 8 holes to finish the look. /N. I wanted to ask you guys about Izuku's hero outfit in the last chapter, but I forgot to do that. So I did it myself. Now I wanted Izuku to have his own look in the story and pay homage to Ben 10, so I went with the hoodie that Ben wears in Omniverse but changed and reversed the colors. I then went with Ben 10,000's look from the original series since it was of the more hero look in the series, and combine it into the style for urban style like Jairu and Kaminari, and add a few things from My Hero Academia like the famous red sneakers and utility belt and the mask from his second suit. I hope you like it. This is it. This is my hero outfit, Izuku thought, pride of the look. Achiko, Mina, Momo and Lucy saw the look Izuku was in and they admitted. He looked good. Oh, hey Izuku, Achiko said as she walks to Izuku. Uraraka, Izuku said before going red in the face from the sight of her hero outfit. Love your costume. Not too flashy, you know. It has this street urban style. I like it, Uraraka said. Is TT that your costume? Izuku said while looking away. Yeah. I guess I should have been more specific on what I wanted, Achiko said. Her costume consisted of a black full-body suit with a pale pink design down the middle of her torso, 2 black circles on her chest, and a black rectangle below her waist, running between her legs. There were 2 more pink patches over her shoulders, both cut off by darker pink armbands that matched a thick choker around her neck. She had circular wrist guard with a dark pink handle on the back of each one, wide knee-high boots with magenta soles, and a 2-piece belt around her waist, a circle embedded into the center where the pieces join up. She had a helmet with a tinted visor on her head, all of which was the same pale pink color. This bodysuit is skin thigh. Not really my style, Achiko said while rubbing the of her head. Izuku was trying not to think of indecent thoughts as he watched the costume and how it hugged Achiko's slender body. Well, I think that, you look great in it, Izuku while looking away. Achiko felt something warm inside her as she blushed and played with her fingers. TTT thanks, Uraraka said, feeling flushed. I think you look great too. The 2 turn and see Mina walking to them, and Izuku once again looked away. Mina's costume consisted of a plain white mask over her eyes, a purple and turquoise skin-tight bodysuit with a camouflage pattern, ending just above her breasts. Over this, she wears a cropped, sleeveless tan-colored waistcoat with white fur along its collar, which she, like Izuku, was leaving unbuttoned. She was wearing custom-made plum violet and beige acid-proof boots with holes in the soles, which Izuku guessed, allows her to secrete acid from her feet to use to slide around. Izuku went nuclear when he saw that Mina's outfit didn't hide her cleavage. Mina saw the look on his face and smirked as she went closer to him. Midori, like what you see. Mina asked in a sweet tone while pushing her cleavage closer to Izuku's face. Much to the poor boy's, not really, misery as he was looking everywhere except Mina. Izuku tried to speak but couldn't say one word, due to his current state. Hee, just teasing you Midori, Mina said with a grin on her face as Izuku sighs. At least the other girls aren't in something that'll cause me to blush, Izuku thought, but his luck wasn't going to let him off that easy. Izuku, is that your costume? Izuku turns and goes atomic red at the sight of Momo's outfit as she approaches them. Momo's outfit consisted of a high-collared, sleeveless crimson leotard with silver lines at her waist and around her arms, which was open to expose her skin from her neck to just below her navel. She was sporting calf-length crimson boots with heels, which dipped sharply down in the center, and 2 gold utility belts around her waist, another, thinner one around the top portion of her chest, below her shoulders. Momo, is that your costume? Izuku asked, feeling something wet falling from his nose. He saw blood coming out and covered it with both hands. Sorry about that. It's kind of embarrassing a little wearing this. There's a reason of it though. I need my skin to be exposed so I can use my quirk to its fullest. Momo said. Oh why yeah. I forgot about that. But why you do look cuter in it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. No, I mean is that you're cute and the outfit suits you and Izuku said, trying to find the right words into this. The words Izuku said made Momo smile and grow warm inside again. She blushed and couldn't help but walk closer to him. She leaned forward to his right eye and whispered in a seductive voice. I see you like it. If you want, I could show you more of my quirk to you and show more of my skin to explain it better to you. Momo whispers, causing Izuku to jump. Gah, seriously? Izuku shouted, causing everyone to look to him. Momo just giggled at the reaction. She loved to tease Izuku to an extent but knew how much the boy could take before he passed out. She turns to Uraraka and Mina, who heard the conversation as Uraraka had a blush on her face while Mina was smiling, but she could feel the jealousy from the gravity girl but nothing from Mina, but she saw some twitching from her left eye. Momo just smiles at her and starts to walk to the rest of the students but turns and winks to Izuku, who stiffens and steam comes off his head. Mineta, who was watching the ladies' costumes, couldn't help but give a thumbs up. I love this school, Mineta said to no one but Izuku heard it. All Might noticed Izuku's costume and liked it. At least you're not trying to copy my look that much, All Might thought before turning to the class. Now that you're ready, it's time for combat training, All Might said. One guy in a full suit of armor raised his hand. Sir, Izuku turned to him and realized who was in that. It's Ida who's under there. He looks so cool, Izuku thought. This is the fake city from our entrance exam. So, does that mean we'll be doing urban combat training again? Ida asked. Not quite. I'm gonna move you 2 steps ahead, All Might said while holding 2 fingers. Most of the villain battles you see on the news happened outside. However, statically speaking, the most villainous foes fight indoors. Think about it. Backroom deals, home invasions, secret underground lairs. True intelligent villains stay hidden in the shadows. For this training exercise, you'll be split into teams for heroes and villains and fight 2 on 2 indoor battles, All Might said as Azui thought for something. Isn't this a little advanced? Azui asked. The best training you get is on the battlefield, All Might answered her. But remember, you can't just blast or punch a robot this time. You're dealing with actually people now, All Might said. Sir, will you be deciding who wins? Momo asked. How much can we hurt the other team? Until they die, right? Bakugo asked. Do we have to worry about the other team getting expelled like earlier? Uraraka asked. Are you going to split us up by chance or competitive skill? Ida asked. Is this cape good on me or what? Aoyama asked. Weird. I wasn't finished talking, All Might said as he takes out a script. Listen up, All Might shouted. A script? Izuku thought, seeing the piece of paper. The situation is this. The villains have hidden a nuclear missile somewhere in their hideout. The heroes must try and foul their plans. To do that, the good guys must either capture the bad guys or recover the weapon. Likewise, the bad guys can succeed by protecting their payload or capture the heroes. All Might finished reading the script as Lucy looks at him. Sounds like old of the old movies Dad watches. Your time is limited and we'll choose teams by drawing lots, All Might said. Isn't there a better way? Ida asked as Izuku turns to him. Think about it. Heroes often team up with other heroes from other agencies on the spot. So that's the reason we're seeing that here, Izuku said with Ida nodding. Yes, I see. Life is a random series of events. Excuse my rudeness, Ida said while bowing down. No sweat. Let's draw teams, All Might said as the students took out the balls to see who were they teaming up. Team A, Midoriya and Uraraka. Team B, Shoji and Todoroki. Team C, Mineta and Yairuzu. Team D, Ida and Bakugo. Team E, Ashido and Aoyama. Team F, Sato and Koda. Team G, Kaminari and Jairu. Team H, Fumikage and Azui. Team I, Ajir and Hagakure. Team J, Siro and Kirishima. Team K, Man and, sir. I don't have a teammate, Lucy said as All Might looked at her. Oh right, sorry about that, young man. I forget to take an account for you. We'll just add you to another team and it'll make it 3-on-2. Come and take a ball, All Might said as Lucy went to the lots and went through the box. She took out a ball and it had, "Hey, that means, you'll join young Midoriya and Uraraka's team for the lesson," All Might said as Lucy said. "Alright, looks like we're a team, Izzy. Please take care of me," Lucy said in joking tone. "Yeah, I know, right? We're all a team," Uraraka said in excitation to be a part of a team with Izuku. Why, yeah," Izuku said, trying to remain calm on the outside but on the inside. "Oh my gosh, I have make a good impression on Uraraka and show Lucy that I've changed," Izuku shouted in his mind. All Might was taking out 2 things from different boxes. "I declare that the first 2 teams to fight are these guys," All Might said as he shows the balls with A and D on it. The 2 teams were shocked that they were first, but Izuku was shaking as he realized that he was going to face Bakugo earlier than he thought. Team A will be the heroes while Team D will be the villains. Everyone else can head to the monitoring room to watch, All Might said. "Yes, sir. The class said us they start to leave for the room." Izuku looks to the ground in concern for the fact his fight was in a few minutes. He looks to his left and notices Bakugo giving Izuku a hateful glare, causing him to shake even more. Izuku looks down to the ground and notices his hands were shaking, but he looks to the Omnitrix and then clutches his fists. He looks back to Bakugo and glares back, which caused Bakugo to get surprised by it at first before he gets anger. "Alright, bad guys, go into the building and get set up. You have 5 minutes to prepare until the heroes will be let loose and the battle will start," All Might said. "Yes, sir," Ida, Uraraka and Lucy said together as Ida and Bakugo go into the building. Young Ida, young Bakugo. The key to being successful in this challenge is to embody villainy. Think from the point of view of an evildoer. "If things go too far, I'll step in," All Might said. "Yes, sir," Ida said. Bakugo wasn't listening to what All Might said as he was looking at Izuku as he was looking at his fist and to the watch. Bakugo clutched his teeth in utter anger at the sight before going into the building. "If I have to break that stupid watch just so I can wipe that face off him, then so be it. Maybe then he'll learn that I'm the next #1 and he's dirt." Inside the building, Ida and Bakugo were in a room with a large missile in it. "Even though this is training, it pains me to be in line with criminal behavior," Ida said as he approaches the bomb. "So this is the weapon we must protect?" Ida said as he knocks onto the weapon. "Fake, of course." "Hey," Ida turns to Bakugo who was standing at the door. "Do you really think that Deku has a quirk?" Bakugo asked out of nowhere. "Huh? You saw how he threw that ball plus his transformations. And that power behind it was powerful. But I think his power hurts his body if he goes to a certain level. Now that I think about, why do you get angry when it comes to Midoriya? Do you two have history together?" Ida asked as Bakugo shook. "Just forget it. Guard the fucking bomb while I take care of Deku. Round face and blonde bitch," Bakugo said as he storms out of the room. "Wait, Bakugo. We're supposed to be a team," Ida yelled as Bakugo left the room. While walking, Bakugo begun to think. Was he fucking with me all these years? Was he laughing behind me back? Was he taking low of me? Bakugo thought before a sinister look came to his face. "I'm gonna roast the little fuck today." Outside the building, Izuku, Lucy and Achiko were looking at the building's floor plan to see where the bomb would most likely be in. "Do you two think that they expect us to memorize this floor plan? It's so big. You know, All Might's just as cool in person than he is on TV. I'm glad he's not threatening us with some kind of punishment like Mr. Aizawa. We can rella?" "Chach, you're shaking like crazy." Achiko was talking about noticing Izuku's body was shaking like crazy, while Lucy was rubbing the boy's back. "Are you okay, Izuku?" Lucy asked in concern. "WWLII, it's just that we're up against Kaken. Plus there's Ida too. We should be on our guard. We don't know what they'll pull," Izuku said while shaking. "Oh right, Bakugo. He's the one who makes fun of you," Achiko said, realizing who they were really up against. Lucy frowned. She really didn't like to see her brother hurt and scared like this. "Hey Izzy," Lucy said, catching Izuku's attention. "Yes, Lucy," Izuku said. "Why don't you go and make a plan there while I talk to Uraraka for a bit?" Lucy said. "Oh, okay," Izuku said as he walks a bit far from them as he starts to plan out on what to do but mutters. "Okay, Lucy-san, what do you want to talk about?" Achiko asked curious. "Remember when I said that Izuku was bullied in his childhood?" "Yeah," Achiko said, remembering that Lucy did say that. "What I'm about to tell you, you keep it to yourself until Izuku is ready to tell people about it," Lucy said as Uraraka nodded. The two started talking. 4 minutes later, Izuku walked back to the girls. "Okay, I think I have an idea," Izuku said. Lucy and Uraraka were done talking and Achiko had an angry expression on her face. "What's the plan?" Lucy asked. "I know Kaken, he'll most like come after me. He won't go after you two and he'll focus on me. He's strong and proud for it, that's for such. He's got the making of a hero, but that's why I want to beat him. I refuse to lose today," Izuku said with determination on his face. Uraraka and Lucy looked at him in awe before smiling. "So this is a fated battle between rivals?" Achiko asked. "WW what?" "No, it isn't," Izuku stuttered out. "Oh Izzy, you knew this fight was coming for a long time. I know you can do this," Lucy said. "Why yeah, I know, but I'm ready," Izuku said. "All right, They heard All Might speak through the sound system. Let's begin the indoor combat training. Team A, Team D. Your time starts now, All Might shouted. Monitor room. The students and All Might were in a room with a big screen with several monitors on it with different angles. Pay attention, kids. Think about what you would do if you were in this situation. All Might said. Yes, sir. The students said as they watched the monitor. Young Midoriya, in this class, you're just another one of my students and not my successor. I wish you luck. All Might thought as he grabs his mic and talks into it and an earpiece. Unknown to him or the rest, Nizu, Aizawa, and a few others in a different location were watching this fight. I see that young Izuku is up first in the exercise, Nizu said while sipping on some tea. Yes, I want to see how he'll handle this, Aizawa said while watching the screen. Izuku, Uraraka, and Lucy jumped through an open window to gain entrance to the building. And we're in, Uraraka said as they look around before walking into the building's halls. Careful you two. There's a lot of blind spots, Izuku said. They walked around to see if there were anything in the halls but saw nothing. They continued to walk as Izuku looked at the halls and the space of them. I see. The size of the halls was designed so moving would be difficult. That means I can't into something big, so forearms is out. There's too many turns, so XLR8 is out as well, and I didn't think going Heat Blast is a good idea, so he's out. I don't see anything that is tech, so Upgrade is out. That leaves me just a few left, but I don't think that most of the are much good in a fight except for finding the bomb. Plus, there's the new guys I haven't looked at yet. I think he'll be fine in this. And I have no basic control over OFA yet on my body, and I don't know how to factor it in the aliens yet. I'll have to rely on the Omnitrix, Uraraka's zero gravity, and Lucy's quirk of this one, Izuku thought as they walk. I can use my head. I've taken a lot of notes on indoor battles in the past. I can do this, Izuku thought before he noticed something. Bakugo jumped from a corner and aimed an explosion at them. Izuku tackled Achiko and Lucy to the ground, dodging Bakugo's attack as it hit the wall next to them. Lucy, Uraraka. You two okay? Izuku asked as the two got up. Yeah, I am, thanks, Achiko said as the two girls noticed that Izuku had a burn mark on his cheek while his respirator was cracked and hanging on his neck. Izzy, are you okay? Lucy asked, concern over her brother. I'm fine. It's just my mask, Izuku said, not looking at them as a cracking noise was made. They turned and saw Bakugo back to his feet while glaring at Izuku. What's the matter, Deku? Too afraid to stand up and fight me? Bakugo said while add venom to his nickname of Izuku. I knew it. You'd come for me first. And I figure that you pull a surprise attack, Izuku said as he gets back to his feet. Back at the monitor room, he almost got the jump on him. Mineta said they saw the attack Bakugo just did. Sneak attack Bakugo? What kind of man pulls cheap crap like that? Kirishima said. It's a good strategy. He's playing the part. Acting like a true villain, All Might said. But it didn't work. Midori dodged it. Mina said, happy that Izuku didn't get hurt from the attack. Look, there he goes, Kaminari said as they watched Bakugo rush the heroes. Back to Izuku and others. I won't hurt you so bad that they'll have to stop the fight. Just close. Bakugo shouted, aiming another explosion. Izuku, however, intercepted by grabbing Bakugo's arm, which caught Bakugo off. Izuku twisted the arm and moved his body as he hails Bakugo over his shoulder and flips him to the ground. Insert music. My Hero Academia OST. Jet Set Run. Whoa, look at those moves, Uraraka said as Bakugo hit and bounced off the ground with saliva and blood coming out his mouth. In the monitor room, Nizu's office and the other location, the viewers were surprised by Izuku's move and countermeasure. Kaken, you always start off with a big right hook in a fight. I know because I've watched you of years, Izuku yelled as Bakugo slowly gets up and turns to Izuku. I've analyzed every amazing hero out there. Even you. That notebook you blew up back in middle school, you were in it. They were in it, so I can learn everything I could from them, Izuku said as Bakugo glared at him and was starting to get angry. The name, Deku, has changed. You were wrong, Deku doesn't mean useless. It means, you can do it. With the name changed, I did as well. I'm not your punching bag anymore. I am Deku. A hero, Izuku yelled out loud. Uraraka was in shock that Izuku took that name. She remembered that she was the one who used the name. Flashback. But you know, from where I'm from, Deku means, you can do it. I bet it'd make a great hero name, plus it's kind of cute. End flashback. End music. Bakugo finally got back to his feet and turns to Izuku. Deku? Bakugo hissed out while tiny explosions popped off his hands as he remembers a memory of Izuku standing up to him when he was beating up another kid when they were younger. You shaking in your shoes, you're pathetic. No matter how many times I beat you to the ground, you always get back up. That's why I hate you. If you want to fight, then there's going to be one with you on the ground. If I have to break the fucking watch of yours just to kick your ass, then I'll do it, Bakugo shouted in rage. Then come and see if you can, Izuku shouted right back. He turns to the two girls. Run you two, Izuku yelled to them as he actives the Omnitrix. I don't think so, Bakugo yelled. He used his explosions to shoot himself to Izuku as the boys scrolled through the faces. The girls ran to find the bomb and left Izuku to his fight as he finds who he wants and slams down to the watch and a green flash consumes the hall. Bakugo aims his right arm to where Izuku was and blasts the area. Balls a move. Think you can take me on alone? Bakugo yelled as the flash stops and a hard hand punches him in the stomach. The force of the hit caused Bakugo to fly and hit a wall behind him. I know I can now, a deep voice said as the smoke from Bakugo's attack cleared. Bakugo looked up and saw a tall, silicon-based form. His body was composed of pale green crystals. He had a sharp head. His clothing was an all-black suit with one large green stripe down the middle up to his belt, and wears black pants. He had a green belt with white stripes where he had the Omnitrix symbol on. He wore black shoes with green on the bottom, and had 2 large crystal shards on his back. Kakin. Meet the guy who can tank your attacks like it's nothing. Say hello to Diamond Head. Izuku, or now Diamond Head, said as he got into a stance. Let's go. Part 6 is now complete. Be sure to watch the previous parts in the playlist if you haven't already. Don't forget to support the author for their hard work. I'll return soon. Thank you all for your continued support.